So the next measure is mean deviation or average deviation. So it is acronymed by this M dot D dot. What is this mean deviation? This is the defined either about mean or about median. It is the average deviation. So that means we are seeing the deviation about the average. And by average, we can either take this to be mean or median. Right? So if you take this deviation about median, so what do you have? You have summation, your data minus this median. You calculate this all, then you take its absolute value. That means you ignore all these signs. You only keep the positive values with you and convert the negative to positives, and then you add all these quantities and then you divide by the total number of observations. So this is the formula, total observations. To calculate mean deviation about median, and mean deviation about mean is calculated by taking the difference of the given data from the corresponding mean. So here you should note that this is what? This is also the absolute measure of dispersion. Why? Because here the units of this mean deviation is the same as that of the given data. Moreover, we have out of these two formulas, mean deviation about median and mean deviation about mean deviation about median is preferred. Why? Because the sum of deviations of the items taken from median is minimum when signs are ignored. In this cases, we are ignoring the signs because we are performing this modulus operation here. So we are only taking the mod values, the positive values. So for that case, the dispersion is minimum when we take the deviations about median. So that means of these two formulas, the first formula is preferred in most of the cases. So this is the this is the absolute measure of dispersion that we have, mean deviation. Corresponding to this, the relative measure of dispersion is the coefficient of mean deviation. So when you divide the obtained mean deviation, this quantity, this whole quantity, with that of median, that becomes the coefficient of mean deviation about median. And when you divide this mean deviation about mean by mean, you have the coefficient of mean deviation about mean. X bar denotes this mean and capital M denotes median, right? So this is the notation. This is the relative measures of dispersion.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So we see the example over here. So suppose the data is given to be the discrete series. So that means X is the given data and this is F represents the frequency of the given data. So now we have to calculate mean deviation from mean first thing and from median first thing and from mean second thing, and moreover we have to calculate the coefficients of mean deviation from this data. So firstly we will see what is the mean deviation about median. So for that, what we do, we create this table. Firstly, we write the X values, we write the F values given in the question as such. And then for mean deviation about median, firstly we have to calculate what is the corresponding median. And for median, we require this cumulative frequency. So how do we obtain this cumulative frequency? The first value go as such. The second value would be the sum of these two. The third value is the sum of these two. Fourth would be the sum of these two, and so on. So this final value 60 is equivalent to this 60. So this third column is obtained for cumulative frequency. Now what we do, we first calculate the median. For median, what we do, we will look for that object whose size would be n plus 1 by 2. Here what is n? N is 60. 60 is even, right? So here we should use this formula n by 2 instead of n plus 1 by 2. It should be n by 2. So what would be n by 2? It would be 60 by 2. That means 30th item. So the size of 30th item, what would be that? 30th item would come in the cumulative frequency after this term 20. So it would come here, right? So that means 40 is the corresponding median. So this is the corresponding median. So our median here is this number 40. So we'll use this formula, size of n by 2th item, not this one, right? This is written wrong. So this is the median. Now we are interested to calculate the mean deviation from median. Its notation is this one and the formula is this one. Summation. Now I have noticed that I have also written f here. So frequency multiplied by the modulus of x minus m. M is the median. X is the corresponding data. F is the frequency. So now how do you obtain this term? So for that what we do, we first, because we know what is m here is 40, so we use this value 40 and we subtract all the given data, we subtract 40 from all the given data. So we construct another column, that is the modulus of x minus m. So we will calculate x minus 40 because our median is 40. So here our data is 20. So 20 minus 40 would be minus 20. But we will take the modulus, so it would be plus 20. And then it would be 30 minus 40 mod. So it would be minus 10. Because of mod, it would be plus 10. And then 40 minus 40 mod would be 0. 50 minus 40 mod would be 10. 60 minus 40 mod would be 20, and then 70 minus 40 mod would be 30. So this is the column modulus of x minus m. Next, what we do, we multiply this whole column with this frequency column. So we multiply this f and this column. So firstly we'll multiply this 8 with 20, so we have 160. Then we multiply 12 with 10, we have 120, and so on. So you multiply the corresponding terms, and then for the summation what you do, you add up all this together. So when you add up all this quantity, you would have 620 as the answer. So now when you look at the formula here is this quantity is nothing but 620, and what is n? N is the total frequency. So the total frequency here is this quantity 60. So you divide this 620 by 60, you would have the answer as 10.33. So this is the mean deviation from median of the given data. Next, corresponding to this mean deviation from median, we will calculate the coefficient of mean deviation from mean. So that is obtained by dividing this obtained mean deviation by the corresponding median. So it is 10.33 divided by 40. So it is 0.258. This is the answer. This is when we have calculated the mean deviation from median. So next thing, we'll now calculate what is the mean deviation from mean. So for that, firstly we'll calculate the mean. So how do you calculate mean? Mean is calculated by summation fx divided by n. So now you have this x, you have this f, right? So what you do, you multiply this quantity with this quantity. So you multiply 20 by 8, so you have 160 here. Multiply 30 by 12, you have 360, and so on. So this is xf. So when you add up all this, you have this quantity 2460. So you divide this quantity by the total number of frequency. So that is 2460 divided by 60, that is 41. This is the corresponding mean. So now we will calculate the mean deviation from mean. So it would be equal to summation f modulus of x minus x bar divided by n. So now firstly we will calculate what is this quantity. For that we construct another column in the table. So firstly we will calculate the modulus of x minus x bar mod. So that would be, we have this data x, and what is x bar? X bar we have just calculated to be how much? 41. This is the mean, right? So x minus 41 modulus. So firstly you will subtract 20 minus 41 and take its mean, so it would be 21. Then 30 minus 41, then modulus it would be 11, and then 40 minus 41 modulus would be 1, and so on. So this is x minus x bar mod. Next, what you do, you just multiply this particular column with the corresponding frequencies. You multiply this one with this one. So you have 8 multiplied by 21, so that is 168. Then you have 12 multiplied by 11, that is 132, and so on. So when you add up all these quantities, you would have the answer as this 640, right? So this is what you got from here. This is summation x minus this is summation f modulus of x minus x bar. So this quantity we got from here. So this quantity is nothing but 640, and the total number of observations here is 60. So when you divide these two, your answer is 10.67. That is the corresponding mean deviation from mean. Next, we will calculate the coefficient of mean deviation from mean. So that would be this quantity 10.67 divided by mean, that is 41. So that is 0.26. So this is the final answer. So next we discuss it for the continuous series. For the continuous series, we have given the class intervals. So the class intervals are given to be 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Now this is also an exclusive class interval. So because the values here are continuous, and here this is x and this is f, the number of students. So this is the given data. So here we are to calculate mean deviation from mean. So firstly, what we'll do, we'll calculate the corresponding mean. To calculate mean, firstly we write the marks, this is x, we write the frequency, and to calculate mean, what we do, we calculate the middle values for this interval. So how can you calculate the middle values? So you add up the lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2. So this comes out to be 5. Sorry, not this one, this one. And then you calculate 10 plus 20 divided by 2. So that would be 30 by 2, that is 15. Then 20 plus 30 by 2, so that would be 25, and so on. So this is the middle value that we obtained m. So what we do, we multiply this middle value m by this f. So we obtain this quantity fm. So 5 into 5, 25, 18 into 15, 120, and so on. So you add up all this, so you have summation f of m, that is equal to 1350. So this is the quantity that you have. So for calculating mean, what do you require? You require summation fm divided by n. So this is the quantity that you require. So the value here is 1350 divided by 50, that comes out to be 27. This is the mean. Once you have the mean, now you could go for calculating this mean deviation about mean. Mean deviation about mean. So what would be this? Mean deviation about mean would be calculated using this formula. Now notice here that we'll use the middle values here instead of the given x values, because here we have continuous class interval types values. So firstly we'll calculate this modulus of m minus x bar. What is x bar? X bar is obtained to be 27, so m minus 27 modulus. So you have the value of m as 5, 5 minus 27 mod is 22, 15 minus 27 mod is 12, 25 minus 27 mod is 2, 8 and 18, so on. So then what you do, you just multiply this particular column with this particular column, so you would have this particular column, f into modulus of m minus x bar. So when you add up all these terms, so you would have this summation m modulus of m minus x bar, that is 472. So the mean deviation from mean, that is this 472 divided by the total frequency, that is 50. So this comes out to be 9.44. And next is the calculation of coefficient of mean deviation about mean. So that is the mean deviation about mean divided by the mean itself, and the mean was 27. So our final answer is 0.349. So next I have one more example. The question says calculate the mean deviation from mean of this continuous kind of series. So this is the continuous data, and we also are to calculate the coefficient of mean deviation from median from the following data. Now this is a continuous kind of series, so we do not have to worry at all. So firstly what we do, we create this table, we write the sizes x here in this column, we write the corresponding frequencies here in this column, and next what we do, we create this cumulative frequency column. How? This you already know. So you write 4 as such, then you add up this 6 plus 4, so you will have 10, then you add up 10 plus 10, you will have 20, and so on. So this 33 and 33 matches. Then we will calculate the median. How do you calculate the median? To calculate median, because this is 33, so we will go for n plus 1 divided by 2th term, right? So our n is 33, 33 plus 1 divided by 2, that means 34 by 2, that is 17th term. So what is the value for this 17th item? It comes in, you will go and look for this value in the CF column. So it will come after 10 here, somewhere here. So your median class is this one. This is the median class. So for this median class, what is the formula to calculate median? The formula to calculate median here is, this is wrong. The formula to calculate median here is L1 plus n by 2 minus CF divided by F into I. Here it should be n plus 1 by 2 because our term here is odd, right? So n plus 1 by 2 minus CF divided by F. So the value of L1 here is this value, lower value, that is 140. Then the value of n plus 1 by 2, that is 17, that we have just calculated. So this should come out to be 17. The value of CF, CF is the value which is obtained previous to that of the median class. So it would be 10. So it is 10. And then the frequency here is this quantity. So this is also 10. And what is I? I here is the interval length. Interval length is 160 minus 140, that is 20. So this is I. So when you substitute this, so what, let's look at what do we have. 140 plus 17 minus 10 is 7 divided by 10 into 20. So the 0 and 0 cancel. So we have 14 here. So we have 154 as the answer. So this is the median. So now if 154 is the median, we'll first go and calculate this middle value of the corresponding class intervals. So the middle value here would be obtained how? By adding this lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2. So that would be 220 by 2. So that would be 110. Similarly 120 plus 140 by 2. So you have this column. Once you have the middle values, next task is to calculate this mean deviation from median. So mean deviation from median is calculated using this formula. For that we will need this value. For that we will first find this value.
Yes, sir.
So next we calculate mean deviation from median. So for calculating mean deviation from median, what we do here is we calculate summation f modulus of m minus m divided by capital N. So for this we will first calculate this quantity. So this is what we'll calculate, the modulus of m, the middle value, minus the value of median. Median obtained is 154. So we just subtract 110 minus 154 and take its modulus, that is 43. then 130 minus 154 modulus 23 and so on. So this is the value, and then we multiply this whole column with this frequency column. So we obtain this column. So these are the values corresponding to each entry. Then we add up all this. So we have 661 as this value, summation f modulus of m minus m1. So when you substitute it here, you have 661 and the value of n here is 33. So this is the value 33. So when you divide, you have 20.03. So this is the mean deviation about median. Next is the coefficient of mean deviation about median. This is obtained by dividing the mean deviation from median, this one, and by the corresponding median. The median we calculated was 154 and mean deviation about median is this quantity 20.03. So from here you got this value, right? So now let us discuss the merits and demerits for this mean deviation. The merits and demerits for this mean deviation is, firstly we'll discuss the merits. It is very simple to understand and easy to compute, because firstly you just have to calculate the mean and the medians, and then you will calculate their deviations. It is further based on all the observations. It is less affected by extreme values, and then it is useful in economics, commerce and social fields. The comparison of different series is done very easily using this deviation. But here the major limitations are that the signs of the deviations are ignored. So this is not mathematically correct, because by plus deviation, say suppose this is your mean or median. So by plus, that means by plus quantity, that means your data value would lie somewhere here after this mean. And by minus value, your data value would lie here, somewhere here. So this is not correct mathematically, because that would change the position of that particular data point. Then it is not that accurate when you calculate it from mode. So that is why we have not studied about mean deviation about mode. Then it is also sometimes become difficult to calculate mean and median when you have the numbers in terms of fractions. Further, we cannot do the algebraic treatment for using this mean deviation, and in hypothesis testing we cannot conclude anything from this mean deviation. So this is the drawback for this mean deviation.